Just for human going back to a new Milo Murphy's Law review, and if you're on this one, go and check it out. And we're back with the next 2 episodes of season 2 of Milo Murphy's Law. And we start with the first one, which is a good one. And it starts with Melissa and Zach getting ready to eat lunch at this mall. And Milo is heading on his way until this remote control starts sorting out. And now he's got to figure out a way to be able to get up there. And yeah, he takes the elevator, and we see, I cannot remember her name, but that we saw sick when she was supposed to go on stage with Zach, when they were getting the awards. And we see Scott, and we see the coach. And yeah, they end up getting stuck in the elevator. And yeah, of course, Dakota's still missing Cavendish. And yeah, Doofenshmirtz bringing this lunch and then slamming it in his face, Dakota's face, because there was a fly on his face. And yeah, him just wishing that he could know what. Again, just feeling bad, and yeah, just trying to pretend to be Cavendish, even though not exactly. But Doofenshmirtz then has an idea on because him saying to get into Cavendish's head. Doofenshmirtz has an idea actually, but of course he says first let me finish this milkshake. And yeah, Milo's saying of how they called and they're going to be in there for quite a bit. And yeah, they decide to try to use this sailing hatch, but of course it doesn't work. And Doofenshmirtz makes this cloning device, and yeah, it makes a Perry Cavendish hybrid. Yeah, Cavendish's head on a platypus body. And yeah, Milo is doing, and them are doing this kind of play acting thing in the elevator, which is pretty funny. And Melissa and Zach are just watching them as well, which is quite funny. And yeah, of course, this Cavendish Perry or platypus hybrid doesn't have all of Cavendish's memories, so he's not pretty useful. And he starts licking himself as well. And yeah, of course, yeah, again, he just starts getting down. Which then he gets the realization that Cavendish mentioned that he was trying to find that UFO or that alien spaceship before he left Cavendish, and they have to find that spaceship. And yeah, we see them still stuck in the elevator, and them going even further down too. Was then to use all their different skills to be able to get out of the elevator, and yeah, being able to lasso this display and managed to hook it on once they get stuck to something, and they managed to pull out, and we hear the elevator crumbling, crashing down, and breaking apart, and we think that old lady is going into it, but no, that's the elevator next to it. And yeah, he finally makes it to Zach and Melissa, and then yeah, they're all wondering what they all did today, and of course wondering if the Cavendish hybrid, platypus hybrid, wants a snail. And then they actually show the alien spaceship. Yeah. And Dakota finds the green glow and finds Cavendish all frozen, which gets him freed, and mentions how the aliens are coming back to get Milo. And yeah, the hybrid Cavendish managed to lay an egg. Yeah, very funny episode. And then we go to the next one, which is another good one. And yeah, it starts with Monogram and Carl saying that there's alien spaceships coming towards Earth, but they're going to, of course, head out because it's already quitting time and going to be heading home, which, of course, they're going to send Perry for this. And yeah, Cavendish saying of how they're coming back to get Milo. And yeah, we see the several other spaceships. And of course, they abduct Milo and they try to get him. Everybody tries to work together to help him. And even Perry, too, but it ends up cutting his grappling hook and he paraglides down. And yeah, they manage to escape with Milo. And yeah, they're trying to figure out what do these aliens want with Milo. And yeah, we see Cavendish and Dakota making up with each other, even Perry and Doofenshmirtz as well. And even showing this, which is really, really sweet, I would say, that Perry managed to do for Doofenshmirtz. And yeah, we see, of course, that alien later and her two men again, and one of them just dips. One of them's just, and the other one's like coward. And then yeah, Milo of course wants an explanation. Why is he abducted again the second time? And yeah, he looks out and sees all the different planets, and of course, our captain just shows these like a blueprint, this paper, and has to show that they ain't going to be able to get this ship running unless they find something to put into that looks like power source. Which yeah, Dakota actually shows this thing that Doofenshmirtz and him actually found that made him feel like Jello or a blob. Which yeah, of course Dakota touches it, or Cavendish touches it, and yeah, then we see that yeah, just not really cool looking recliner, and on this engine ventilating, which he ends up falling down and almost going to this blade, which it ends up stopping, and then almost getting electrocuted, which then, yeah, the door opens and them having to escape, and we just see a montage, basically, of things just happening and them going to the escape pod, and each ship, one after another, different things, each ship pretty much gets destroyed, and them having to rinse and repeat, go to every single one until they're just on one left. And then, yeah, they're having to toss the device together or each other to put it into where it needs to power it. And yeah, everybody's all a blob. And yeah, they managed to get it working. And yeah, of course, they're all cramped inside. And yeah, the bolts start coming out, which Milo tries to help get them back in. And he wants an explanation of why he's getting taken, and they show him that they need his help from with their home planet, saving them from this thing that is forming. And yeah, the ship is starting to break. And then, of course, Melissa is worried about Milo. And then they actually say something which it actually turns out to be Milo. And yeah, to be continued. And yeah, the next episode will be the final episode of Milo Murphy's Law. Yep, will be on the finale of the series in the next review. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you like and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to catch the channel. Stay safe and new. Okay, till next one.